Good morning. I just gotta kind of let those words go a little bit, you know. We are family. I got all my sisters and brothers. Oh man, what is it like to build such a big family? Man. What are y'all doing in my living room? No. You know, just, we're doing it. We're doing it. Oh, man. But I promise you, we're still in the beginning. We're still in the beginning. We're going to do a lot more. We do have big ideas. We do have big plans. I'm not going to tell you what they are right now. There's so much that we envision, and it will become real. It will become true. So the question is, as we continue to innovate, as we continue to evolve, as we continue to become a dominant, exemplary company on the planet, in our industry and in travel, how are we going to be? How are we going to be with each other along the way? So it always comes back to you. It always comes back to now. And are you doing your job? Are you running your race? So I want to just talk to you about what that looks like to me. This is how I think I'm going to be able to, serve you best today and provide value to you today. We're in Louisville, Kentucky. And, it's interesting that some people, that I looked up to from afar are from here. We got Muhammad Ali Boulevard right out here. And it's fun just to watch that persona come out. I am the greatest. I'll show you how great I am. And what was really cool is he's got, his museum of sorts here. And we have some WorldVentures people. And they're there, and he comes in for his 71st birthday at the end. And we get a picture with, our WorldVentures reps and Muhammad Ali with the "You Should Be Here" sign. Yeah. That's cool. When we do these kind of trainings, we bring up people like that. Through so many years, I brought up stories about, the Colonel Sanders, Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's one heck of a story. Here's a guy who thought he was too old. Gets that check from the government, says, this ain't gonna do it. What do I have of value? What can I go out there and sell? living out of his car for the most part, traveling around the country trying to sell his recipe. Restaurants wouldn't buy it. He says, just pay me on the increase. Johnny Rubin says, increase. And so they do, and of course it works out, and that guy had a personality. Yeah, he was a character. I don't want you to blend in. You know, who are you? What's your character? Who are you out there talking to? A real key to my success as a rep really was seeing more in other people than they saw in themselves. You know, it's when I met Jefferson, and when I met Matt, Jeff Boff, buddy. I mean, these were just good people, hungry guys. And I knew I was willing to work hard, and I just wanted to do it with them. I know that a lot of you, that's what you need. You need somebody to latch on to you and believe in you. And you got to latch on back. This was all built, when you look at 9,000 people plus, this was all built off just the buddy system. You know, I teamed up with Jefferson, you know, at a time. And then we worked. And we made a difference in each other's lives. And then later on I met Matt. I teamed up with Matt. And we worked. Until we changed each other's lives. Who are you partnered with? Who are you running with? Who do you have in your life that sees it the way that you see it? I'm happy you're here. I'm happy that I'm happy you're in the company. I'm happy that you're coming to trainings. But the world's big, right? There's a lot of things to go see. There's a lot of things to go do. And you want that, right? So you got to have, who's that one person, who's that one running buddy you're going to have that you're just going to lock arms with? It's not everybody. It's not the big number. It's just, who do you have with that relationship? Are you able to work your way up the line and put your upline to work? I was a servant leader to these guys. I said, call me anytime. I'll outwork you for your own success. You'll quit on you before I quit on you. My favorite athlete from Kentucky, 5 foot tall, 1,200 pounds, Seabiscuit. Who of y'all have not seen the movie Seabiscuit? Let me walk you through it. You could become a pro networker watching some movies. Like Rudy. Remember the Titans? Rudy's kind of how you got to be. Remember the Titans is how we got to be. But Seabiscuit from Kentucky. Do you have this in you? Do you have it in you? Like when they, in the movie, describe Seabiscuit, he's going to take on War Admiral. And on paper, War Admiral has all the credentials. This horse looks unbeatable. I mean, just big beauty of a horse. And Seabiscuit had these little legs, this big body, losing all his races. They'd all written him off. This one owner comes in and buys him. The owner lost his child, was hitting bottom emotionally, needed that positive distraction in life, got into horse racing. He didn't pick the horse. The owner picked the trainer, and then the trainer picked the horse. This guy, Tom Smith, that was the trainer, had no people skills whatsoever, no communication skills, but he knew horses. He says, you know, I looked at this horse, and that horse kind of looked back at me and gave me a nod. He said he knew that horse had personality. This horse, nobody could mess with this horse. Nobody could touch it, do anything. It was just ornery as all get out. So here's this trainer, here's this horse, here's this owner. They came together as a team. The reason this matters to me is because we spend so much time talking about me. They won. Seabiscuit didn't win. Seabiscuit and the jockey won. The trainer won. The owner won. It was a team. And when you understand this story and you see how these unique people and this animal came together and they won together, you start recognizing, how can I apply this in my life, into business, and how do I respect other people around me who aren't necessarily like me, but are a part of a winning team? So it is about you. It is about who you're going to partner with. It is about what you're plugging into. But Seabiscuit didn't like anybody. They needed a rider. This guy, this jockey, is also losing all his races. He goes through all the barns. Nobody will let him ride their horses. I mean, the guy's just got a track record of losing. And the last stall is Seabiscuit. And Seabiscuit can sense something about this jockey, this guy, that's too big to be a jockey. And there's this connection. And it's interesting in how it works in the world that when you start thinking internally and in your heart and everything about what you want, that the world can start lining up stuff and people and everything to just come. And you got to look for these little miracles and look for these little opportunities. But this trainer witnesses this horse take to that one guy. And he sees that bond, he sees that relationship. And even though on paper this jockey looks terrible, on paper this horse looks terrible, on paper neither one of them look like they're ever going to succeed in life or do anything great. Can you relate? But they come together as a team, as horse and rider. And you got to see this movie. And in the big race, when they're going to match up the #1 racehorse that's out there, this war admiral that's winning all these races, against this horse and jockey over here that look like they got a shot, but they start to win together, because the trainer believed in them, the owner believed in them, and they're all playing a role. The owner used to take the horseshoes after the race of Seabiscuit and turn them into ashtrays and send the ashtrays to the reporters. And so Seabiscuit is in the news. That owner was kind of doing his job, stirring the pot, making something happen, pressuring to create this race. He had a vision of these horses coming together and creating this race. But he had to go stir it up. He was doing his job. When this jockey couldn't ride Seabiscuit because he got hurt in this big matchup race between War Admiral and Seabiscuit, and they're going to run, you're going to have another jockey. This winning jockey, very experienced winning jockey, is about to ride a horse that looks like a loser. He's thinking, this is going to be my loss. Looks like a good horse. He asks for advice. And he says, let me tell you the nature of this horse. When it's go time, pour on the gas. Let him out. Let him go. But when he's out in front, they're coming around, slow him up. Let him see that other horse. Let him get eye to eye. When that horse looks another horse in the eye, he finds a whole other gear. It's go time. Can you identify with characters in movies? Can you use them to be your mentor, your trainer, your upline, when your upline's not around? You know, I got to tell you, this is how I learned. When I was in the Marine Corps, and I got my drill instructor, and he's the guy, and he takes off running. I'm like, don't lose that guy. And as I take off after my drill instructor, I just see his feet going like this, and I see his calves pumping, and I'm focused. Don't lose that guy. If I don't lose that guy, odds are I'm going to finish first. And I know I'm hurting. I'm breathing heavy. I'm hurting. I'm burning. I want to quit. But in my head, focus, don't lose that guy. And honestly, my experience in life is you can almost count on other people to quit. I tell you this as a group, as a big audience, but I'm not talking to you as a big audience. I'm just talking to you like one person. When you're running like that, every one of these leaders will tell you, when they get up on this stage and you recognize them for hitting RMD and above, and you're seeing the success that you didn't see, all the lessons along the way, all the no's along the way. People don't remember Babe Ruth as the strikeout king. They only remember him as the home run king. You don't see all of us as strikeout kings. But it's that internal fortitude that Zoe exemplified, of doing it over and over and over and over again, and then being seen now as the home run king. When we got to town, some of y'all were there. I was at CVS we were getting diapers and everything for Savannah and little groceries for our room. And there was the checkout girl that we went to. And her name was Jazz. And she had this great attitude. And I'm just playing with her as she checks us out. Just talking to her. Just getting a sense of her as a person. But I notice a good attitude when I see one. And I want a person like that on my team. I'd rather have her on our team than the CVS team. Because if I see somebody being good at anything, I think they'll be good at anything. She has a great attitude. I know stuff she doesn't know yet. I've done stuff she hasn't done yet. I don't think I'm better than her. I see her as my equal. I'm betting that deep down inside her somewhere, she probably wants a change. I mean, what do you think a checkout person at CVS makes per week, per month, per year? What are the advancement opportunities? If I feel like I've spent a lot of years learning and being in the trenches and doing it and getting all this in there, don't I believe that I could help that person or change their life? And I do mean me. I could. Once you get all that knowledge, you can provide some guidance, some coaching, and some things like that, yeah. But I can only help her so much without a vehicle, an opportunity. Does that make sense? So what about when I meet a quality person like that with a great attitude, and I've been preparing myself for years and years and years, and then we've been building a very unique and special opportunity, and then I show up with both of those. Yeah, do I believe that me plus this can change her life dramatically? At that time, I'm not looking for everybody. I'm looking for this one. And then I'm going to ask. I'm going to show it to her. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just want to show it to you and see if you see what I see. So she had this great personality. She had this great attitude. So then we step aside, take our things. I watch how she handles the next customer. Same thing. Same great personality, same great attitude. So then, and my time's valuable. I don't have time to just talk to everybody or just recruit anybody. You learn how to notice. You learn how to see. You learn how to be selective. So I go back to her. I interrupt her. I don't know if her boss is around. There was another lady there, and I thought it might be her boss. I'm like, give me your email address. And she don't know, I could be crazy guy, I don't know, with a baby. She's like, why? Because you have a great attitude. That's what I told her. She's like, why? I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious because you've got a great attitude. And whether she knows what I mean or not, I know what I mean. I don't know if she's going to join us. I'll leave here in a little while, and I'll go over there and see if she's working and say hi and see if I can get her over here. I just believe, though. I see the greatness in her. I don't know if she'll do it or not. Let's say she doesn't. Did I lose anything? No, because I didn't have her to begin with. But what if she says yes? I like the fact that if I never talk to her again, or see her again, or recruit her if she joins or not, I like that I recognized she had a great attitude, and I told her she had a great attitude. And maybe her day is a little brighter. Those are those everyday heroes to me. Those are the sea biscuits of the world to me. I don't think she knows that she's probably like Seabiscuit, that there's that champion inside. But she needs a team to rally around her. I know so many of you are probably that way. And the reason I tell you all this is because it's important to me that you run your race. By definition, there can only be one fastest person to RMD or IMD. By definition, there can only be one top money earner. Hey, if you're like Seabiscuit, you want to run? Okay. Got some catching up to do. But what's most important to me is that you run your race. You know that you're doing the job, that you're doing it right, that you're enjoying the job, that you can appreciate the company, appreciate all the other people in the company. Know that no matter how long it takes you, that we care about you. That we're glad you're here. We're glad you're at least on the path. We're glad that you have positioned yourself to succeed. Do we think you should do it faster than slow? Yeah? Do we believe in momentum? And getting Big Mo on your side? So what's it going to take? It takes focus. It takes making it a priority in your life. If you're passionate about something, you don't get burned out. You'll get up early. You'll go to bed late. You'll work all day and you'll work all night. And if you're passionate about it, it's not a problem. One thing that I built my business on that helped me was income statistics in America, the richest country in the history of the world. And one thing that I'd like to share with you that I think is important that you should know and consider, not only as you build this for yourself, but as you go introduce it to other people, is let's talk about the math. Let's talk about the dynamics. What is the truth in the world? Taking you out of it, WorldVentures out of it, all of it. What are just the numbers? What do the statistics say whether we exist or not? Here's what's going on. Yesterday, Troy talked about the 2% and the 98%, remember? And the floaters. When I started networking, and that used to be the numbers. Then when I started networking, and I was building, going on 20, it was 3% made over 100,000 a year. So it was the 3% and the 97%. Now it's 7% make over 100,000 a year. Sounds good, right? Sounds better? Until you realize that the poor are getting poorer. So if the poor are getting poorer and that number's growing, and the rich are getting richer and that number's growing, where are the numbers coming from? The middle. What group are you in life outside of WorldVentures? So there's a big decision to be made. And this is something I did on purpose. And I think it's a healthy thing to be aware of. I think it's a healthy decision to make. If the middle class is being pulled apart, and you're in the middle class right now, and you're straddling the line, and over here is that 7% and growing, and over here's the other 93%, what group do you want to be in? So let's say you make it into that group making over 100,000 a year. That'd be better, right? Does that make you a better person? Does it make you better than anybody else? No, of course not. But when you take care of yourself, can you take care of other people? It's who you became on that path. When you make that decision, what does it take? When you make the decision, and what does it take to get there? And then when you do get there, and now you have some credibility, when people have that $100,000 ring in WorldVentures, what they're saying is, I'm in that 7%. I got there. Here's the proof. I got there. And the only reason I got there is because I helped other people. I learned, and now I feel like I'm in a position to help you. Do you want to get here too? Do you want to be in this group? Why is this important? Just because quality of life. Does anybody have a goal to be average? Or have an average ho-hum life? No. So you all in the back. You have to know that you can make a difference. That uncommon knowledge is unfortunately uncommon. But when you invest the time and the money to be here and you get uncommon knowledge from all the great trainers that we have, you are unique, you are special, you are a leader. You're going to leave here and you're going to go back home and you're going to go talk to these strangers. You know, we're building something together, and you matter. You being here getting this knowledge matters. I want to know, what is it that we're going to co-create together? In the Marine Corps, they say a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. We don't want any weak links. You being here, you're getting better and better. You're going to make our company better and better. We're not after everybody, but if you find those people that have that great attitude, you know, I'm asking you, please let them know we have a home for them. There's a company out there that just gets that about you and that has a home for you, that cares about the world that we're building. So there's going to come a time soon, you're just going to see all the investments that we're making in the company for your future. We want to do everything we can to serve you, to make your opportunity better. And as you come here and you make yourself better, and as we work inside the company to make the company better, and you're getting better and we're getting better, when we hit that 10-year anniversary, this company is not going to look like anything else out there. Nothing on the planet to compare it to. It's going to be obvious. It's going to be obvious. So I need you to be thinking like that you are preparing yourself to be the foundation of this company that is spreading around the world, that is planning for worldwide growth and support. And you're going to get a flavor of that later on today. But I'm so proud of what we've done in the United States. I'm extremely excited to see what's going on international and around the world. I love that the dream is becoming reality, where we're becoming friends with all of our WorldVentures representatives in other countries. And the whole world, is shrinking. It's coming together. All of our lives are a lot more interesting, because of one another. And when I take in an event like this one with this many people, and I start to imagine how we can all serve each other, how we're doing this together. It's unique, it's special, and we have to appreciate it, because I've had it and I've not had it. And when you got something this good in your life right now, what if it didn't exist? But it does. And so for that, I'm grateful. Thank you.